And welcome back for your summer update. We're trying to get ready for hopefully a very exciting late summer of soccer here, the reigning ASUN champions. And you're sitting home, we have the quarantine obviously with the pandemic. How much communication have you been able to have with the team?
We've been doing Zoom calls, like I guess the whole country has. We've been doing with the team like once a week. We've been a lot of texting, one-on-one with the coaching staff and individual players, as well as the recruiting class. Coach Fisk, our strength and conditioning coach, has been in contact with the team as well. Making sure guys are doing, giving them ideas of what to do when they go and work out on their own one-on-one. So in that regards, we've been in touch with the team. But there's, obviously there's nothing like in person on the field training.
We were joking too before we started here today that, all of a sudden you now have a lot of experience in the Northeast, time in the NEC, you've also had time in the AAC, and now you are here as a coach in the America East, as we know it, with the move here for NJIT. What are your thoughts? What did you think of when you heard the news?
Yeah, I thought, wow, I got to start all over again, right? Study the team, study the coaching styles, the facilities. But as I mentioned before, I've done this before. I look back and I'm like, wait a second. I've been in this is my fourth conference as a head coach, in 20-something years. So, just kind of do what you normally do when you get to a new conference or a new school. It's exciting. It really is. In that regard, it's exciting, right? You get to know the coaches. Each coach has his own style, his philosophy. Every school is different. The facility, and the style in the American East is very different than the style in the ASUN. It's very more athletic. It's very more. You got to grind your results out on the road. Facilities are all very different from each other. So it's a very competitive conference.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that competitive level, because you just look at the history and it seems like, there's no team that hasn't really been a piece of the action over the last decade or so. Why is that? What's the reasoning behind that?
There's some really good coaches in the American East. Pete Caringi down at UMBC, he's a phenomenal coach. Paul Marco of Binghamton's been around a long time. And that's part of it, right? There's coaches that have been in the conference for well over 5 years, and when you have that, you have teams that have laid down the foundation, and that lends to being competitive year in, year out. And there is no one team, one institution that runs with it. There's up and downs. Albany's been had some great years with Coach Gorman. Then you have Vermont, you have New Hampshire. So it's a top to bottom. It's a tough league. It's a tough conference.
Another new challenge, right? Now, I think about that too from what you talked about. You've been through as a coach, and I think about your players too. Having to play off campus, having to switch conferences. If any group is resilient to be able to adjust, it would seem to be your guys and the athletes, the student athletes here at NJIT, who are sharp, obviously in the classroom, also have been sharp on the pitch. Does that also make a difference for you, knowing that these guys will be close enough where they can get in the time in the classroom and the balance will be better?
Yeah, I think there'll be less stress, with the less travel, right? Not being at the airport, coming home earlier after games. That's a big deal at NJIT, because of the academic rigors. But I think our guys will be strong. They've always been resilient, year in, year out. Whatever's come their way, whether it's not a facility yet, it's not ready, changing conferences, whatever have you, going from one home field to another. Our guys have stepped up, and because we've talked to them, we've told them it's not going to be easy. It's just not going to be easy, and they respond to that.
Yeah, it's a new challenge. And, the one thing that's great as a head coach is that you've got, the cupboards are full, because, you lose some seniors, but 8 returning starters, including, an all-conference goalkeeper. How excited are you to see how that next step is for this particular group of gentlemen?
Yeah, listen, as a head coach, when you have player of the year, goalkeeper of the year, 8 returning starters from a championship team coming back, it's exciting, right? You think, you can't have us be complacent, right? And say, we're good. No, we're not good. We have other pieces that need to be put together to finish the puzzle, and then in soccer, you never know, right? The result can turn on you in a half second. So, but we're excited. We have a good group, a very excited group that's very enthusiastic to come back and get on the field. Like I don't think anyone's ever going to take for granted again being on the field. After what we've all been through the last 3 months.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And before I let you go, I want to talk about you as a person. And during this time, obviously you're very serious about what you do, and the resume proves it. What have you done to keep yourself occupied, mentally during this time where you're not doing the same type of scheduling you'd be doing if you had students on campus?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I have a library of videos, right, of games played, and then a lot of these websites were playing repeat games from years past, World Cup games, and games that have helped get the game evolve. And I've always said, if you don't evolve with the game, it's going to pass you by. That's how quickly soccer evolves. Every World Cup, every 4 years, a World Cup happens, and something new changes the game. So I've been doing a lot of reading, right, and watching video. That's what we can do.
Well, and as a follow-up, now that there's a new conference, is that going to kind of steer you in the direction of taking on a whole new library of America East footage?
Yeah, for sure. We've already started as a coaching staff, so we've been looking at the highlights from games last year already. And just get an idea. I mean, I think we have a good idea, but it doesn't hurt to, continually, look at things, and you could always pick something up.
Yeah. Well, listen, it was as an exciting year as NJIT soccer's had in a very long time, if not ever. And I just hope that we get to see the next chapter sooner than later. Yeah. So let's hope, and best of luck getting there, of course.
Appreciate it.
All right, that is men's soccer head coach Fernando Barboto. Again, ASUN Coach of the Year, and his team, of course, winning the tournament, getting a berth in the NCAA. All right, we'll have more for you on the website. We want to thank you for watching this edition of our summer updates, this with the men's soccer. And again, stay safe and healthy.